Anita Desai was 45 years old and on top of the corporate world. As the senior vice president of a global tech firm, she had built her career on discipline, ambition, and long hours. She had the corner office, a six-figure salary, and a calendar so packed that even lunch breaks had to be scheduled. People looked at her and saw power, success, perfection. But Anita saw something else. She saw fatigue, emptiness, a life that had somehow become all about emails, deadlines, and boardrooms. It started subtly. Headaches, insomnia. Then came the Sunday night anxiety, the fatigue that coffee couldn't fix, the numbness in conversations. One night, she stood alone in her lavish apartment, still in heels, clutching a glass of wine, and whispered aloud, "I don't even know who I am anymore." That night changed something. The next morning, Anita showed up to work early, like always, but instead of reviewing reports, she opened an old journal she hadn't touched in years. She flipped to a page where 20 years ago she had written, "Someday I want to help people heal. I want to teach people to breathe again." Back then, she had dismissed it. Life got in the way. Promotions came. Time slipped by, but now she couldn't ignore it anymore. Within 3 months, Anita resigned. The reactions were swift. "You're giving up everything you've worked for. Are you sure this isn't a phase? What even is a wellness coach?" Even her closest friends didn't understand. But for the first time in decades, Anita didn't need their validation. She felt free. She used her savings to enroll in a certified wellness coaching program. She studied yoga, mindfulness, nutrition, and trauma healing. She volunteered at community centers, learning from people, not textbooks. Every day she felt herself soften and strengthen in new ways. The transition wasn't easy. Her identity had been built around her title, her salary, her status. Letting go of that ego was harder than she expected. But she kept going. She started hosting small wellness workshops in her living room, just 5 people at a time. Some days, only 2 would show up, but they came back. They brought friends. They shared stories of stress, burnout, and pain. Anita listened and helped them breathe again. Within a year, she opened The Haven, a cozy wellness studio tucked away from the city noise. Word spread quickly. She became known not just as a coach, but as someone who truly understood what it meant to burn out and rebuild. Eventually, companies invited her back, not to manage teams, but to heal them. Ironically, she stood in the same buildings she once worked in, now teaching executives how to slow down, be present, and lead with compassion. One afternoon, after a session, a young woman approached her and said, "You helped me realize I don't have to sacrifice my soul to succeed. Thank you for showing me what real strength looks like." Anita smiled. Not the polite boardroom smile, but one that came from the soul. In that moment, she knew she hadn't left her career behind. She had simply found her purpose,